Welcome back to Super Sentai Review, episode number 90. Once again, I'm discussing two episodes because this is all time for the moment basically to discuss right now. Because I'm going to be leaving in about a half hour to go out someplace. But when I get back, the very next episode is discuss a lot more than two episodes. You'll find out how many I'm going to discuss when I get back. This is discussing only episodes 40 and 41. 40 delves a little bit into the commander's backstory, because the fact we actually have a one-shot character named Mari, who's just up here, who he's got a past with. Now, this is a girl who says he's known her for 10 years, so because the show was set, presumably Prime President in 1987, so he probably met her back in 1977. And basically, the Maskman are sent to protect her because, well, at this point, when he asked them this, they don't know what the reason is, and they're just basically bodyguarding a pianist. A pianist. Okay, fine. And then all of a sudden, while she's riding a car with a nun, yeah, they do explain later on that she was actually moved to a nunnery. I'll get to this. So she's attacked by Fagumi and Ingo, and they're taken to the Maria Ministry. Yes. And then, of course, Takashi asks the commander what's going on, what is the truth behind this woman. It turns out he had saved her 10 years prior to events of this run because her mother was taken from her by the underground. Now, here's the thing. This is another case of basically 2 straight episodes in a row we established a retcon where the Empire was active on the surface, the Underground Empire acted on the surface prior to the initial invasion, the attempted invasion they had back in episode 1. I mean, I get RX Mask developing him, but it's like that was like completely random. This one felt like, oh, we had this woman who escaped from the underground for some reason. They do explain the reason why that Zeb basically wants to get killed. It not just because she's from the underground, because you have a clan of musicians who actually opposed him. Yeah. And they want her killed. And at one point, her hand is turned to stone by the monster of the episode. Though eventually, by the very end, it's actually cured thanks to Kenta and Akira chopping out the monster's horn, developing a cure for her. Which I gotta admit, that's actually because they mentioned, oh yeah, it has the horn has got healing properties, and because the fact that Inga mentioned that, like, oh, chop off the horn, make a cure out of that, and by the end of the episode, the hand is cured. And I gotta admit, that's actually really smart of the Mask to think of that. Like, oh, we hear, because they heard that has healing properties, heal the hand. Not a bad idea. They eventually end up beating the monster, and of course, and here's something interesting though. After the commander saved her, he apparently took away her fears by supposedly wiping her memories and making her basically the girl she is now. Just so that fear. And he sees her, but she's never seen him the whole episode. Because, according to him, he feels as though if she sees him, it reignites those old memories that he basically worked hard to suppress for her. Excuse me. Now, as far as I can tell, there's no real explanation why he wanted to do this. Okay. Like, why would they pose to Zeb? Probably because of tyranny, possibly, but it felt as though when you finish watching episode 40, you don't get enough info. You get a good amount of info, but not enough, per se. Like, why the musicians pose and per Zeb? The one can assume the reason why they opposed him because they like the fact he's a tyrant. That's possible, but they don't go into that. Not at all. In the case of 41, which is the last episode I watched for this one, Akira's episode, after he's been absent for the past 3 episodes. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, a character who'd been absent for 3 straight episodes, he just magically just comes back after being absent for so long. As for the reason for this, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of weird though how this guy just shows up completely random, but and if you're curious, so like after this episode, he only appears for like one, two, three, four, about 5 more episodes, skipping only 2. He skips only 44 and 45, but he doesn't have many appearances left. It's almost like he's not a regular mainstay. He's like a recurring character. And the whole thing with him, brainwashed the pink and yellow mask to go on a crime spree. They got him jewels for the princess, and of course, and it's later revealed by the end of the episode that the Light Squadron, the organization that supports the Maskmen, they were in on it the whole time. They basically all the places they robbed all set up. I'm like, interesting. Also, in the episode, they don't give explanations. Where the heck did they get the freaking guns from? Yes. But it's not one of those basically just standalone episodes. Doesn't mean much anything to the main thing as a whole. The last one kind of did for the commander, but yeah. 2, I mean, the first one I thought was pretty good, but not enough info there. This one felt like just a episode of the week. That's what episode 41 felt like. Yep. So yeah, that's it. Particular review. Stay tuned later on for more Super Sentai reviews, a Comic Corner, and Attack on Titan. Okay, next video. Bye.